I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. A pre-screening of potential jurors began this morning in Orange County Court for the trial of Michael Mele, the 26-year-old Town of Wallkill man charged with murder, manslaughter, and tampering with evidence. Prosecutors say Miele killed 25-year-old Laura Garza, an aspiring dancer from Brooklyn, a woman he'd met at a Manhattan nightclub in December of 2008. Garza's remains would be found in April of 2010 in a rural area near Scranton, Pennsylvania. The pre-selection procedure is an attempt to weed out those who could not serve during a lengthy trial or those who'd be ruled ineligible to serve based on their knowledge of the case due to the intense media coverage. Actual selection of jurors will begin January 17th. Estimates are the trial could last 6 weeks. Rubble is all that's left of 5 businesses and offices that were destroyed when fire ripped through a major section of the Algonquin Plaza along Route 52 in the town of Newburgh on Friday. Town Fire Inspector Jerry Canfield was on the scene again today. He says they know where the fire got started, but they're not yet sure how it started.
The fire was determined to originate up in the attic area over the Miele's camera shop. There was a common attic from that occupancy to completely to the easterly end of the building. Once originated in the attic, the fire spread horizontally throughout the whole attic, consuming the whole attic and the roof portion. The fire is still under investigation at this time. There is no conclusive determination made pending further examination of the heating equipment, the electrical equipment that it was up in that area.
A combination of a plaza firewall and the efforts of local firefighters kept the intense blaze from spreading to the 6 adjoining businesses, including the local post office. There weren't no injuries. An elderly woman who police believe was on her way to church lost control of her car and crashed into a utility pole Sunday morning in White Sulphur Springs. Sullivan County Sheriff's deputies say 80-year-old Verna Hess was driving along Route 52 when the vehicle veered off the road. She was pronounced dead after responders removed her from the wreckage. Residents in Port Jervis and Deer Park are making it clear they don't want the State Department of Health to sign off on a Bon Secours hospital plan to shut down its maternity unit. Around 70 local residents and hospital employees attended a panel discussion forum Saturday to voice opposition. Meeting organizers say a maternity unit closing at the Port Jervis Hospital could turn out to be a health risk for the area's expectant mothers and their babies.
Plain and simple, we are on the outskirts of Orange County. We have no immediate health care available except for the hospital, and for emergency situations to be put into an ambulance, people with major issues, and driven over the mountain over 20 miles to Orange County Regional is simply a very, very, very dangerous situation.
I believe that this decision that the hospital is planning on making and working towards is very detrimental and to our community and putting our women, infants, newborns, unborns at a terrible risk. And that's why we are doing what we're doing.
Bon Secours hospital officials say a declining number of deliveries at their facility makes continued service increasingly risky. But nurses at the meeting said their skills remain fresh even after a few weeks without any deliveries. Elsewhere, an Albany area woman is being held in Sullivan County Jail without bail on charges she robbed a disabled man in his Jeffersonville home. 25-year-old Bridget Sattler of Cohoes was charged with robbery and burglary. Sheriff's Department officials say the victim was a 56-year-old disabled man confined to a wheelchair. Stadler is accused of slapping and pushing him until he agreed to hand over his wallet. She left with $400, a $550 money order that was to go for his rent, as well as oxycodone and morphine pills. The victim didn't immediately report the January 4th incident for fear of retaliation. If you know people who live in Walden, be nice to them. One of them could now be a millionaire. State lottery officials say a Walden resident bought a $5 million winning scratch-off ticket at a store in Manhattan. The winner's name won't be revealed until a news conference is held in a couple of weeks. After taxes, the Walden winner is expected to pocket a lump sum payment of about $3 million. And you could call it a unique double feature, golf and snow tubing going on at the same time. That's what happened Saturday at the Orange County Park in Hamptonburg. Below freezing temperatures during the week allowed enough snow to be made to get the park's tubing hill open. Joe Davidson of Newburgh and his kids were among those hitting the slope under the bright sunshine and mild 50-plus degree temperatures.
It's pretty unseasonable. Not sure whether I should be tubing, playing golf, or hitting the beach. It's pretty crazy.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the hill, Parks employee Dave McDermott had some very unusual duties. He was supervising the action as hordes of guys showed up to play a rare round of January golf.
Phenomenal weather. We're doing more golf today than we are originally set up for the snow tubing. The weather being what it is, obviously us golfers are crazy. We want to get out and we're going to play golf regardless. And it's a packed house.
Guys like Monroe Hale of New Hampton didn't care what their scorecard said. They were just happy Mother Nature gave them a chance to dust off the clubs and hit the links.
Can't believe this weather. Anytime you get a chance like this to get out and have some fun on a day like this, you got to do it.
You get to work on your game in January.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I need work.
Hopefully the snow tubers had fun over the weekend because conditions may not allow a return visit this coming weekend. There's precipitation in the forecast this week, but it's rain and not snow. Tuesday will be mostly sunny and mild with temperatures getting up around 50 degrees. Clouds move in on Wednesday with rain expected by late in the day. The highs will be in the upper 40s. Record Online is the place to find breaking news and read all the stories and features important to you in tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.